Now, when we first got to the cemetery, we noticed that it was very small, but also very nice. We didn't receive any bad feelings or anything like that. However, you'll notice during our introductions here, we actually flubbed up and had to re record a bunch of times. It's very unusual for us, and in hindsight, I think it's a sign of something darker to come, or at least something messing with us around that crypt.
Welcome, folks, to another exciting Who's Ghost Stories. We're here with another travel special. This time we're in Ashtabula, Ohio, at the beautiful Chestnut Grove Cemetery. We finished up a couple out in Cleveland. Now we're here, coming back east a little bit. I'm excited for this one because it's got some history to it. It's got some juiciness, some tinginess. So we'll go ahead and we'll cut to our histories. Welcome, folks. Oh, what the piss! Now take 3. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome, folks, to another exciting episode of Who's Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Reiki Master and Medium, Andrew Who's our Reiki and Readings. We've got our research expert, Sean, and paranormal enthusiast / cryptid expert, Professor Alex Wheaton. You can flip-flop them around.
Interchangeable.
We are here today at the Chestnut Grove Cemetery in Ashtabula, Ohio.
So, I'm going to cut you there. Let's go with take 3. Oh, sorry.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Who's Ghost Stories. I am your host, Medium Master and Reiki. Take 4. Welcome, folks, to another episode of Who's Ghost Stories. I'm your host, Reiki Master and Medium, Andrew Who's from Who's Our Reiki and Readings. We have got our research expert, Sean, and paranormal enthusiast / cryptid expert, Professor Alex Wheaton. We are here in the Chestnut Grove Cemetery in Ashtabula, Ohio. Now, this is an exciting one. There's a lot of history here, a lot of monumentalness here. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to our histories.
On December 29, 1876, Chestnut Grove Cemetery. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. On December 29th, 1876, was rocked by a tragic disaster.
It's supposed to be Ashtabula.
Okay.
Now, if you would have noticed, I'll slow it down here, but you can see an orb quickly fly over Sean's head. I'll slow it down here a little more and you can kind of follow its track, but then I'll freeze it and zoom in a little more. So, as you can see right here, it is a see-through circular object. All the zooming in and slowing down, I didn't see any bodily shape like wings of a bird or insect, no leaf there, so I definitely think right off the bat here, we were catching orb activity.
On December 29, 1876, Ashtabula was rocked by a tragic disaster, the Ashtabula Horror. A Lakeshore and Michigan Southern Railway train, the Pacific Express, passed over a bridge that crossed the Ashtabula River. The bridge suddenly failed, plunging every car except the locomotive into the freezing waters about 76 feet below. Much like the Angola Horror, the wooden train cars were set ablaze by the oil lanterns and coal-fired stoves. Due to a company policy, firefighters were not allowed to extinguish the flames. Any individuals attempting to rescue the survivors were forced to do so while avoiding the fire themselves. Many of the riders that survived the train's crash sadly burned to death amongst the wreckage. Of the 160 people aboard the train, approximately 92 were killed, making this the worst rail accident in the U.S. in the 19th century.
After the accident, the coroner's report found that the bridge, which was located about 1,000 feet from the train station they were heading to, had been improperly designed, poorly built, and inadequately inspected by the train company. The design of the bridge was experimental at best. The only prototype was a 5-foot-high, 30-foot-long version near Cleveland. The bridge that collapsed had been 76 feet high, 154 feet long in comparison. The chief engineer, Charles Collins, was heavily blamed by the public for the bridge's poor design. During the investigation, he was heavily interrogated to determine what had happened and who was at fault. Local newspapers reported that one day after testifying, Charles took his own life. However, it's been debated since then whether Charles actually committed suicide or was really murdered. Apparent evidence supports the theory that he was murdered, but police at the time ruled it a suicide. A few years after Collins' death, the lead designer, Amasa Stone, also took his own life.
This brings us to Chestnut Grove Cemetery in Ashtabula. 19 of the victims were burned beyond recognition. Without any way of identifying them, they buried in this cemetery on January 19, 1877. A memorial was built above their graves in May of 1895. Interestingly enough, Collins was also laid to rest in this cemetery. His family placed him in a mausoleum, and as fate would have it, the victims' graves were in the same section as Collins. Ghostly apparitions have been seen walking around the memorial. Random orbs and flashing lights have been captured moving amongst the headstones around it. The ghost of Charles Collins can even be seen weeping next to the memorial at times. The most serious ghost is a mystery, though. Whispers talk of a legend involving a dark shadow. This shadow has been known to charge at cars, making them violently shake before disappearing, just as quick. Another legend talks about these ghosts all returning to the site of the train wreck on its anniversary. We won't find out if that's true today, but hopefully we can find that these poor souls have found peace in the afterlife.
So there you have it, the history surrounding this cemetery here in Little Town, Ohio. Now, I am excited to get up to the memorial. I am excited to check out Collins' tomb, since it is apparently like almost directly next to the memorial. A lot of tragedy. It's also looking like a little small cemetery, so we might do a little more exploring. But the one thing I want to mention in Sean's reading, he said that a company policy prevented the firefighters from putting out the train. It was the company policy that if a fire happened, that it was to be let burn so they can try to recover raw materials. And at the time, there were no federal regulations on trains, really, so the firefighters had no legal ground to step in to try to help people. This train disaster is actually what changed that, and it got laws put into place, regulations put into place that could help with things like that. So, I mean, it's sad that this happened. Some good did come out of it, but I am excited to get up there. Sean, what are you expecting or looking forward to up there?
Oh man, I hope while we're driving up there some shadow figure comes and shakes the car. That'd be awesome. We are still undefeated orb boys, so I'm sure we'll see some kind of orb action somewhere.
Yeah.
Alex?
Same here. Well, not the shadow part. I don't want the shadow to shake the car violently. But anticipate looking back, we're probably going to have some orbs. But it'd be nice to, be in a smaller cemetery and see a little bit of history of trains, actually, because that's a really cool thing. It's a tragedy, but it's a cool kind of history piece to learn about.
It is. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get up there.
Now, during that last part there, you probably saw me looking around back at the doorway. That's because while Alex and Sean were talking, I kept hearing a voice or voices coming from that building. And so I turned around finally to see if there was anyone there or anything there that could have been making noises that I thought were voices. And there was nothing at all there. And you'll kind of find out that this is the first of things that would get slightly more dark.
Insurance purposes. Couple of deer. 3 of them. 3?
Yep.
Yeah, go that way.
Best part is there's people standing right here.
I see a car.
So we have made it here to the memorial for the victims of the train disaster. Lots of different tokens left for them. Names of the ones they could identify. Put your doggy back up for you. "9 years to erect this monument."
I want to know who keeps this and license.
Feels like we're in a vacuum. Cause like, it's like, my ears are reacting almost like they need pop. Like,
And there's a bit of elevation, but not a huge amount.
it's like, weird.
I didn't notice because I yawned and I popped my ears.
But like, they don't need pop. It's weird. Everything's like dampened, like quiet. Like there's noises, but it doesn't feel like noises.
Yeah, it's like
How are you feeling, doll? How are you feeling?
Fine. Why?
Yeah, we're just talking. It feels like a void or like a vacuum. And this is Collins Street.
from our new main estate. We have a gravestone base followed by a tree.
I get that.
And not the people that are around here.
Interesting double lock because the door's open.
The door open?
Yeah.
Massive bucky. How are you feeling, Doc? How are you feeling?
Fine. Why?
We're just talking. It feels like
So interesting here to see in front of this mausoleum that we got that little orb activity here. Slow it down, and I'll try to slow it down a little more here and zoom in on it. Coming up here, but again, just like in front of the other building, it's a roundish, see-through object. Like it's not a leaf. You can tell it's not a bug. There's no body in there like it'd be a bird. And right there it is. So that little transparent orb flew in front of Collins's mausoleum. I thought was very interesting.
oh, that is creepy. If that thing moves, I am out of here. Looks like a statue or something in there. What was that?
Some type of object.
Like a, if I brought a selfie stick, I could have got in there a little further, but. Oh!
Oh yeah, no, I saw the graffiti on that board on the window. I think that tree is about as old as this cemetery.
That big one?
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
I think it's huge.
You okay? Sure?
So, I was looking down the hill at that first crypt that we were at,
Yeah. The Whisper Crypt.
and I saw something run out of the woods. And then I went back and I was looking, and there's nothing down there. So I don't know what I saw. It wasn't deer, because that one car that's been driving around just drove back up to it, and I didn't see anything run away. But I swear I saw something run out of that part of the woods.
Yeah. So Megan heard a train.
I heard the
You
whispers.
heard the whispers. I felt a calling up that tree when we got out.
There is something here, but I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know, whatever it is doesn't want us here.
I'm gonna go back to the Whisper Crypt. I'm gonna tell that thing to go back into its crypt. Whatever it is out of here. Something funky here. Can't put my finger on it, but something ain't normal. Oh, Sean, by the way, the wind did not set the REM pod off at all sitting here the whole time.
Beautiful. I think that adds. This is a recorder. If you're here with us, this is something you can speak into, and we're able to hear you. If you have a message for us, please speak into the recorder.
And down here is a little ghost box. You can go ahead and pick a word from their dictionary they got if you want. You were whispering to me earlier. You showed him something running out of the woods. What you got? Well, you set off my magnet meter.
If you're here with us, talk to us. Are you a person? Are you a spirit? Are you something else?
Are you in the crypt? Are you in the woods? Are you nearby? Alright.
Saw you jump out of the woods here.
That's not creepy at all.
Of course, it had to be right there.
The magnet meter keeps jumping, so something is disrupting the field around us. You can talk. There's that white SUV.
Are you here with us?
Greetings.
Hello.
Hi. You can keep talking to us if you're here.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Didn't scare me, just startled me. But if you're here, we're willing to listen. You can talk to us. We have a bunch of different devices.
Are you nervous?
We're nice people. We're friendly. It helps. You can use our energy to talk to us. You can't stay with us. But if you need some help to talk to us, you can use some of our energy.
Yeah. He's got a voice recorder. This records voices. It has that nice little box. You picked greetings. Is there anything else you want to say? You just want to say hi? If you don't want to say anything else, you can just say goodbye and we'll leave. But it really feels like between the whispers and coming out of the woods and saying greetings, it feels like there's more.
Seems like you want to talk to us. You said we're nice.
You're playing with the magnet meter on my phone.
Were you on the train?
Why does this place feel so different?
Are you sad? Is that why it feels so heavy here? Are you scared?
You don't have to be afraid of us.
Seems like you're not happy. I'm sorry for that.
My chest is starting to feel heavy. Is that you just being near? Are you just a heavy presence?
It seemed heavy when I walked up to that door.
I'm gonna walk over here to the car just to let them know what's going on. If you have anything else you want to say, you can keep talking.
You can talk to us. You can't come with us. I'm sorry. But if you want to be known to us, you can.
We're back there on the ghost box. It said greetings.
So we went to the spot where I saw them, or whatever it was. And we were standing there, and we were talking. And then it set off and said, greetings.
Nothing since then, but the magnet meter jumped like crazy.
And it said greetings to us.
You can't come with us, but if there's anything you want to say, now's the time.
We're listening.
Heaven.
Do you
Halt.
want...
Sit down.
I'll sit down, but why do you want me to sit down?
Are you going to heaven? Are you in heaven?
Is that where you want to be? Are you stuck here?
Are you stuck here?
Is
Magnet
that
meter.
why you're so upset and angry?
The magnet meter dropped all the way back down when I got down here. Can I stand up? I'ma stand up.
Before we go, anything else you want to say to us? This is your time.
Fire's coming back.
We're listening.
Magnet meter's going up a little bit. Why did you say heaven?
And why do you want us
Not
to...
recently.
Did someone else say heaven?
Boring.
Who's boring? Come on, wipe that word away.
Look.
What do you want us to look at?
The SUV pulled up right behind me when she said look. Something up with that SUV too?
Anything else that you want to say to us? Because we're leaving. Alright, forever hold your peace. We're leaving. Thank you for talking to us.
Big magnet meter jump. You want me to come say goodbye to your crypt? Where you first whispered and tried to get my attention? That SUV's leaving. Were they making you feel uneasy too?
Are they being disrespectful to you?
Magnet spike. Do you have anything you
Heart
want to...
attack.
Did you have a heart attack? Or were you talking about my heart just racing?
Are you trying to give us a heart attack? Because you keep grabbing our chests.
Do you want us to have heart attacks?
Are you a mean spirit? Do you want us to be hurt?
There's that magnet spike again. What's your name? There's a lot of words in there. You can pick out your name if it's there.
Do you want us to leave? You're spiking, we're listening. This is your chance to talk. Use the words.
You're exerting a lot of energy. We have to get going if you're not going to talk to us. I'll just come say goodbye to the crypt. Did a heart attack send you to heaven?
Angel.
Are you an angel?
Are you a good angel?
Are you an angel? Are you a good angel? I don't know. This is not how I expected this one to go.
Alright, that's it. We're leaving. We'll say goodbye.
I'm gonna come say goodbye to the crypt. Do you need Megan or Alex to come say goodbye to the crypt? If you want them to come say goodbye, you gotta give me a sign. You can spike the magnet, but you gotta say yes if you want them to come. You keep spiking. If you want them to come say goodbye, give me one more spike or say yes.
Dead.
Oh. Alright. She said dead.
Who's dead?
Who's dead? Is he dead? Sean?
You have a problem with me? Do I make you angry?
Step back up to you.
Is that why you came out of the woods? Wanted to scare me? Not like me.
Starting the car and getting ready to leave.
Well, leaving.
Got no chance. You want to say anything else?
It's Alright, we're leaving. Thank you for your time. Thank you for talking to us.
Good. See you later.
Bye.
Stay here.
You can't come with us.
You gonna say goodbye?
Well, that's interesting. Are you Christian or is your name Christian? Is that your name? There's not a name on the tomb, I can't. Well, Christian, thank you for talking with us. It's been something. Christian, thank you. But we're gonna go ahead and leave now, okay, Christian? Big spike.
Did I give my camera to somebody?
No.
But I don't have it
Did you have it here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a quick walk around back.
Yeah.
Christian, are you playing with Sean? Are you messing with him still? Because Christian, once we leave, you can't come with us.
Yeah, you have to stay here.
Go play with your friends, Christian.
Really appreciate you stop touching me. Guess I'll leave that off while we do the video.
Goodbye.
I was just resetting it. Well, folks, you saw our exciting walk and ride around this little cemetery here. You saw up there, I will say, and then I'll let these guys talk about. I'm just leaving this on to see what all comes through here because I'm interested to see if they have real questions or if it's just trying to be a pest to us because it was trying to be a little aggravating back there. Especially now that it knows it cannot come back with us. But up there felt heavy, like a vacuum or a void. It didn't, I don't want to say like hard to breathe was the right word, but like it just felt like I was kind of like in a haze up there. There was noise.
Felt a little oppressive up there.
Yeah.
We kept saying we felt like we were in a void. Like you were walking around in a black and white movie. There was no sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anything that there was noise felt like super far away. Like there were birds in the trees, and they were close to us, but they might as well have been like 4 miles away. Like it was really weird up there. Alex, what do you think up there?
Yeah, just kind of repeating what you said, and I've said it off camera, but I don't know why, but one of the pine trees up there was an older tree, but I didn't hear something, but I felt a drive to make me look up into the tree, and I didn't feel that at any of the other trees that we've looked at today, and we've looked at quite a lot. So yeah, I don't know, something up what's up there, and definitely something with the crypt back there.
Before we get to the crypt back there, anything else from up there?
No, like I said, just kind of feels like
Well,
a
you're not
void
gonna
up
fight.
there.
It's a fight cheating. I'm assuming they thought we were cheating for getting rid of it. No, but so as you'll recall during our little intros there, I was looking back at the crypt and I could hear something whispering behind me. So I was checking to see what it was and I couldn't see anything, so then we went up there. But when we were up there, we're not going to fight you. Sean, go ahead and tell them what you saw.
So I was standing on the hill just looking down, just looking at the view. And next thing I saw was, I saw what looked to be like a brown-shaped figure come out of the woods. And we had just seen deer, so I figured it was just another deer hopping out of the woods. So I started investigating, looking to see if I could see anything down here. And the white car that we keep seeing in our video, it actually had drove up to the area and no deer or anything left the area. So it hit my emotions a little bit. So we decided to come down and investigate further. And this spirit that's claiming to be
Christian slash name possibly Christian, possibly an angel, which I call nonsense.
has been talking to us, kind of
Is your name Angel?
saying things like death and heart attacks, which is concerning because both Andrew and I felt a tightness on our chests, a heaviness.
And I have high blood pressure, which made me nervous when I heard heart attack.
So we don't know if this is a spirit. Something worse. Just angry energy. But it feels different now than when we were filming our first stuff.
No, you're not allowed to come.
I don't know if it was because of our lightheartedness, if it got it angry,
I'm not cheating.
but this spirit won't leave us alone now.
It's mad because we forced it to stay here, and it's accusing us of cheating, which we didn't. We told you you had to stay here. And so you cannot cross this line with us. You have to go back to your crypt. If you're unhappy, go up that hill with the other spirits. It is also interesting. I was talking to Alex. There were some marks in front of the crypt, but I could not find a name on the crypt. And I know there's a lot of ivy, but there weren't even like etchings as like part of a letter.
No.
And there are no other graves within
this area.
Yeah, like 40 yards. Like those are the closest ones.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like it definitely raises some questions.
And why is it alone?
It's alone. It's the only thing communicating with us here, and it's being a little pissing. But it can't come home with us, so at least we know we're safe. Any final thoughts on anything here, guys? Let's go. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, especially this one. A lot of footage that'll be in this bad boy. But join us next time.
Thanks, guys.
Stay in the light.
Goodbye.
Motherfucker. Not allowed in my vehicle.
Traveler, keep him away while we drive away like bandits.
Mentioned that we felt a heaviness on our chests.
And we're asking if that was him.
Yeah.
Those are for you, Christian.
Like I'm.
That's fucking
Pins
nuts.
and needles.
I'm gonna do a 2 for here. I'm gonna do sage and Palo Santo wood. Spirits hate both.
That vehicle was a young kid learning to drive.
Hell of a place to learn to drive.
Yeah, that's where my mom took me.
Yeah.
Not
Megan
this-
and I learned to drive in cemeteries.
Yeah.
You run anybody over, they're already dead.
That was my mom's logic.
Catch anything on the SLS?
I didn't use the SLS here. That was,
I didn't know if Megan had SLS on when she
Oh.
was.
and if any spirits at all, neutral, positive, negative, anything at all are attached to Megan, I command you to leave. You are not allowed to be here. You are not invited. You are not welcome to return with us. Anything touched or is attached to Sean, you are not welcome to be here. You are not invited. By the healing white light, God the Creator, and the universal energy command you to leave. You are not welcome to be here. If anything is attached to Alex, I command you to leave. You were not welcome here. You were not invited here. Nor are you allowed to stay here. You must leave and go back to where you came from. And if anything is attached to me, you are not welcome to come back with me. You must leave me here at this cemetery. Return to where you came. You were not invited, nor are you welcome here.
You just hit the car and forget that. The other thing that's weird about where I saw whatever, checking out the woods, there's like this really weird sack on the other side of that log.
I was wondering if it was by that log.
I keep feeling like somebody's hopping up and down, if that makes sense. Like,
And if you look on the other side, that's just a sheer drop.
Yeah, I figured.
There isn't like a place for a person to stand.
Everybody, once I go around you with the Palo Santo, just go ahead and take a deep breath, and either out loud or in your mind, just say you are not allowed to be attached to me.
Not mincing any words, you are not allowed to be with me. You are not invited. You do not have permission.
You are not allowed to be on me or attached to me. You are not invited. You have no permission or right.
you are not invited in our vehicle either.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. Thank you for checking out this episode on Chestnut Grove. I just wanted to chime in real quick and mention that through some research, I was able to find out what that crypt was that we were nearby. So it's not a normal mausoleum, not like a crypt for a single body or a single family. That's actually the building they would store all the bodies in from the people who died over the winter. And then in the spring, they would bury them. So that makes a little more sense for all of the different activity, the different feelings, and even the different ways the spirits were talking through the ghost box to us. While we were there, I definitely thought it was just one spirit who we were calling Christian. Now looking back and after learning that, there could have actually been multiple spirits and ghosts trying to come through, and that could be why the speech and tone changed, where it came up with like liar and fight or cheat, as opposed to like the greetings in the beginning. So there's no telling really how many spirits were there. And then the theory on the name, name of one of them or whatever was there could definitely be Christian. It also could have been noticing on Megan and I, we were both wearing our cross necklaces out all day. So also could have seen that and been commenting on that as Christian. Nothing groundbreaking, but I did at least want to pop in and mention that. But yeah, thanks again for checking out this episode. Come back next week for the last cemetery we did in Ashtabula. And it's another rather interesting episode. I think you guys will enjoy it.